let's talk about chakras. A lot of people think they know what these are, and let's just get some clarity right now. So I'm going to talk to you about these, just the chakras. We're not going to go into the details of each one, but I am going to tell you what our major ones are. Also, I want to quickly go over something called the energy body. Okay, so we have a physical body, clearly, but we also have an energy body. Our energy body is, I want you to think about the chakras that I'm going to explain to you in a moment, like your organs. I want you to think about something called meridians, like your veins, only they move energy. Hi, Justine. They move energy rather than blood. And then I want you to think about your aura, which is that energy that's all around you, that is yours, as your skin. Okay, so we actually do have an energy body as well. Okay, so when we talk about the chakras, I want you to think about a warehouse, like a factory. Okay, so there's this big warehouse, and in this warehouse there are 7 really big fans. Okay, and these fans, they take all the stale air out of the warehouse and they bring in fresh air. That's what they do. Okay, so our chakras are similar to this. Okay, so it's like we are dispelling air that or energy that we don't need, and we're bringing in energy that our body does need. And as long as these fans are running, yes, they did already. Sorry, David got the stone this morning or today. So what was I going to say? So the fans, as long as they're running properly, okay, and nothing is in their way, and they're not broken or they're not rusted or anything like that, they're going to run really well and they're going to do their job. These fans, however, are also connected to different glands and organs in our body. So for women, for instance, when I do a lot of energy clearing, the biggest place that I find issues with women are always in their solar plexus, okay, and in their throat. Why? Because women, you don't speak your mind. What you do is you try and say things that don't rock the boat, okay? So in the meantime, what ends up happening is that you are actually causing damage. How many women have thyroid conditions as they grow older? Because our throat chakra is attached to our thyroid. Okay? So when you don't speak your mind, and I'm not saying you have to go rip a side off someone, but when you don't speak your mind, you are actually doing yourself a great disservice. Okay? When you are beating the crap out of yourself in your head, you're taking away from your power. Okay? So I'm going to quickly go over the 7 main ones. And there are, we're going to start learning about the chakras. I'm going to be doing a live every week about a chakra. Before I tell you what each one's for, we have 7 main ones, okay, that run from the base of our spine to the top of our head. There's other ones too, but we're going to start with those 7, okay? 5 of those, not the one at the top and not the one at the base of your spine, 5 of them have a front, they have a back, they have a middle wheel, just this little wheel of energy. They also have a left side and a right side, so like a masculine and a feminine side. And all of these do different things. The front side of the chakra looks after mostly the physical body. Okay, it's dealing with the physical stuff. All right, our emotional stuff that we're using in this life. Okay, the back of these chakras are more of the spiritual side of things. Okay, and then the middle of the chakra has another job depending on which chakra we're talking about, and so does the left and the right. So as I start going through in future lives about what each chakra does in detail, I am going to give you the general today, but what they do in detail, we're going to go over all those sides. So what you're going to end up being is a lot more, most of you will know a lot more than a lot of other people, because most people are just going to know the general of what I'm going to tell you right now. Okay? So these chakras, they're so important. They're so important. And they've got beautiful colors, and they're just amazing. So let's start at the base of our spine. That chakra is a ruby red chakra. And that is, hi Alex, and that is our grounding chakra. Okay? I also call this the caveman chakra because it is all about our basic needs: food, water, shelter. Okay, they take care of that. It's also our most extreme emotions. So rage, terror, joy, ecstasy, these are all like the really extreme emotions are also ruled by our root chakra. Okay, so anytime that you feel that you are not focused, when we are multitasking and our mind is all over the place and we can't really grab our focus, it's because you're not grounded. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to ground yourself, and I'll tell you why it's really important to be grounded. One, you need focus and clarity. Yeah, a little bit. You need focus and clarity. Two, okay, that root chakra is like the foundation of your house. Okay, because the other six, it's the foundation for the other six. So if your basement of your house started coming apart, guess what happens to the rest of the house? Okay? It's like Humpty Dumpty. It's all going to come tumbling down. Okay? So you need to stay grounded. How do you stay grounded? I don't care what the weather's like outside. Everybody knows what it feels like to stand on a beach. Everybody knows what it feels like to stand on the grass in their bare feet. Okay? If you can't get outside, visualize it. Just allow yourself a few moments to be there. Okay? Just close your eyes and take yourself there. Those of you who say that you don't have an imagination, really, yes you do. You just don't use it the same way as you did when you were a kid. Okay? As a child, we could be anywhere, do anything, be anyone, anytime. This is what we could do as kids. We use our imagination all the time when we're planning, right? We're planning this, and how's that going to work out? I mean, if we didn't have an imagination, we couldn't do these things, okay? So, yes, you do have an imagination. And the difference between imagining and visualizing is that imagining is doing something that you perhaps have not, like you probably have never done before, okay? Or that it's not possible to really physically do. Visualizing, you've done it. You know what it feels like. It's a memory, okay? So I'd like you to visualize yourself on the beach or standing in the grass or, just being on the earth, and you will immediately be grounded. Okay? The sacral chakra, the one that's right below your belly button. Okay? That one is an orange chakra. Okay? And that is our sexuality, our creativity. Okay? That is in there. For women, it's also where our female chi, our life force is, because it's connected to our reproductive system. Okay, and for men it's connected to their system as well, but for women it's connected to our reproductive system. Okay, so it's where we hold our life force. All right, right here, solar plexus, beautiful, brilliant yellow. Okay, this is our power. Every single time you say something negative about yourself, every single time you cut yourself down, every single time you say, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not handsome enough, I can't, I'm not strong enough, you are taking away from your power. Okay? That's why this one and this one, they kind of go together, because in order to take away from your power, you are saying these words, whether you're saying it out loud or to yourself. Okay? So you don't want to take away from your power. We are not all meant to be awesome at everything. That's not even possible. So I want you to think about, tell everybody, think about yourself like an angel food cake, like this plain cake. That's how we were brought into this world. And each one's cake had separate ingredients, okay? A little bit more of this and a little bit more of that, in order for us to live our life's purpose. Okay? Now, there's nothing to say that we can't pimp that cake, okay? We can add on some frosting, put in some chocolate chips. We can do whatever we want. We can make this cake something amazing. Just don't hate the cake, okay? Don't hate the cake. That's what I got to say about that. So don't hate yourself. You're not meant to be great at everything, but you are great at a lot of things. So instead of focusing on what you're not, how about spending some time focusing on what you are, okay? Because you are a lot of wonderful things as well. So that's the solar plexus. Right up here, we have the heart chakra, okay? That heart chakra is like a Granny Smith apple green. For some people, it can also go into a pink. So it's kind of one or the other, or a mixture of both. That is the love that you have for yourself. Compassion for others. Love for the universe. Okay? If you don't love yourself, you're going to block that chakra. Okay? That is connected to, guess what? Your heart. Okay? This one, we talked about this, connected to your thyroid gland. So this one here is like a robin's egg blue. And this is where your soul speaks from, pretty much. And also, this is your truth. If you don't speak your truth, okay, if you don't speak your truth, you are going to block the chakra. You need to speak your truth, but in a way that is respectful to yourself and to your own integrity. Okay, so if someone does something to you that is not right, ripping a side off them is not the way to do it. Okay, I'm going to tell you my favorite 3 words. Not okay. It's not okay. Right? It's simply not okay. You don't have to tell a grown person why something's not okay. They know. Okay, so you don't need to make yourself crazy with that, but it's not okay. If it's not okay for you, then say it. Okay, so just being honest to yourself. If you want to voice your opinion, then say it. If the other person can't handle it, that's not always your problem. All right? How someone else handles something, as long as you're saying it respectfully and kindly and with some integrity, that's on them. You're not responsible for everything. You can't control everything. Third eye. Okay, beautiful indigo color, the color of dusk. Okay? This one is I call it the chakra that says, when we can call bullshit. It's being able to read between the lines, see beyond the illusions of this world, okay? And a lot of our clara gifts, our psychic gifts come from here. This is attached to our pituitary gland, okay? And then we have one right here. There's some people that say that it's white, this chakra. Some people say that it is deep purple. Others say violet. It is what it is for you. And this one is connected to your pineal gland in your brain, okay? And this one is the one that distributes energy through your system. So every time we say bring that energy into us, it's coming in from the crown and it's being distributed throughout our body where we need it, okay? So our chakras are really important. And when we fill ourselves with negative energy and when we hold on to things, right? Remember the story of the walnut. I don't know how many of you remember the walnut story or ever heard it. I always say all of our baggage, hi Erin, all of our baggage is like walnuts, right? Some people have a big bag of walnuts. Some people have a small bag of walnuts. Some people, you need the whole bulldozer to move their walnuts, okay? It's time to put down the bag, crack open the walnuts, eat the lesson, and throw away the shell, which is all the emotions and everything, right? We need the lessons. That we do need, but we don't need to get ourselves all wrapped up in the emotions so much. So, but when we do that, when we wrap ourselves up in the emotion, this is what's blocking the fans from running, okay? Remember the warehouse. So this is what's blocking the fans from running. So if you've ever seen, and I've mentioned this before as well, those house of hoarders, the house where a hoarder lives and everything is like filled up to the top. That's what happens inside our energy system if we are not careful. Okay? And if our chakras cannot move, if our meridians can't move the energy through our system, eventually what ends up happening is it then manifests into mood disorders, mental disorders, or into physical disorders. Everything starts from an energy level first. Everything. So that means if you've been building up a lot of stuff, all of a sudden you're having aches and pains in your body, you don't know why, or you're starting to get sick a lot, or you're going into a depression. This is because that your house is turning into the house of hoarders. And you need to clear it out. It needs to be purged. Okay? So you need someone who knows how to do that for you. Okay? Super important to keep ourselves balanced. So anything that I've said so far, does anybody have any questions? about anything, because that's kind of the basic rundown of the chakras. As I said, I will be going through and doing like lives on all of them. We're going to talk about a lot of the chakras, not just the main 7, but other ones as well.